36 hours ago, my voice disappeared. And I went into a panic. I'm a TEDx speaker. What am I going to do? And I told my lovely husband, how am I going to do this? I called all my friends, and everyone said honey, juice, lemon, ginger, cinnamon, everything. I mixed it all, put it in a glass, and I slept and I said, God, please help me. Let my voice be audible. And I woke up in the morning, and it was worse. So I called the organizers, and I said, Prosti, I don't think I can make it. Listen to my voice. I didn't even call her. I texted her. I can't talk. She said, no, Carol, come. We'll see what to do. So I came, and I'm here. And I really want to share my story. That's why I've persisted. So, about a month ago, at work, our director called us, supervisors. He wanted us to meet the agents who distribute our product. I work at a daily national newspaper. So we produce newspapers, and they go throughout the country. So we need to know what our readers thinking. Do they like our products? Are they happy with it? So we went for the meeting. The agents were there, seated just like you, looking at us. We were a panel there. And so he introduced us, and he said, this is Carol. She's the managing editor of section A, B, and C. And then he also introduced my fellow manager. This is Mr. Manager. He's the managing editor for section X, Y, Z. So if you have any questions for ABC, Carol. Any questions for X, Y, Z, Mr. Manager. Everyone was aware. The questions started. Questions, comments, feedback, about 20 questions in all. How far for my section? How far for his section? But all the questions were directed to Mr. Manager. No one was looking at Carol. I got upset. Only one person asked me a question. I got upset. Can't they see me? Didn't he tell them that I am the manager of sections A, B, and C? Why are they directing them to this other person? Then I got amused. And I thought, well, look at us. We're seated on a panel. I'm in the corner. I'm writing notes like a secretary, perhaps. Not a boss. Mr. Manager looked like a boss. He's a big guy, speaks, is audible. And I realized if I were in their position, I might think the same. So I'd like you to hold that story for a bit while I tell you another one. When I was in school, just like Jan asked, I had ambitions to be different things. I wanted to be a singer at some point, a teacher, but settled for journalist. I never, ever wanted to be a leader, a president of an association or a country, or anything like that. So throughout school, I was never a house leader or a prefect or, in university, a whole representative, nothing. I wanted to do my work, do it well, and leave. So you can imagine my shock when 4 months ago, my then supervisor called me and said, Carol, I'd like you to be the managing editor of this paper. What? Was he mad? In my career, for all those 11 years or so, the biggest number of people I'd had was 10 or 20, the biggest. Now, as managing editor, I would have to work with 200 people across the country. Before, I managed budgets of hundreds of thousands, and once in 2 years, millions. Now, I was going to have to deal with billions of shillings. Before, I handled petty issues like, I'm quarreling with this person, we are not working together. Now, I was going to have to deal with promotion, demotion, recruitment, firing. Would I manage? I know all of you must all know that many people, when they talk about leaders or managers, they talk about people who are resilient. If you're a manager, you have to be resilient. You have to be tough. You have to be thick-skinned. You have to be assertive. You have to be aggressive. I'm none of that. I'm calm. I like peace. Why don't we all live in peace? I like to put people in the back. I like to make people happy. So how was I going to do that and be a leader? Worse still, all the people before me were pretty much that type of a leader. They were assertive, they were aggressive, they were ambitious, they were political animals. They were all men. I was the first woman to do this. So I was very scared. But I took on the position. And I have learned that what I thought were my weaknesses are strengths. I work in a newsroom where it is dynamic, and there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of, we want to get that story. Let's get it. We have to beat the deadline. We have to beat our competitor. We have to get the scoop. So there's so much pressure, but fun and excitement. But sometimes in the evening, at 5, at 6, it turns nasty. People are swearing, people are cussing, people are crying. You need someone to bring everyone back down to earth and to calm them. That's where I come in. I always make sure that my team is quiet, is calm. I always bring the calm to my team because without that, we'll be a mess. And I believe that that is one beautiful thing that I have, and I am now proud of. I do not hide it. You see, a few weeks ago, one of my director told me to tell my junior that while his work was good, he needed to improve it and make it better. So I said, okay, I'll tell him. So I wrote to my junior, hi, you're doing a great job. You know, Caro is a nice person. You're doing a great job. This is really good. We are happy with you. However, could you just make this a little better, you know, so that your product can be even better out there? So he replies very nicely, thank you, Caro, for the email. It's very nice of you to say that in the tone time. You think I do not know what I'm supposed to do? You think I do not know my job? You think I've been in this job for all these years, I don't know what I am doing? Who are you to judge me? I have done A, B, C, D, F, G. In fact, the last research shows that my product is so good, I think I should get a pay rise. So if you're talking about improving my product, please, I know what I'm doing. And he copied in my director for good measure. So I had a choice. I could get angry and tell him, okay, so who do you think you are? I am the boss here. I have been told by my director to tell you what to do. So cut out that tone and do as I ask. But that would get me nowhere. So I replied, thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for sharing. And I understand where you're coming from, and I appreciate it. All I am saying is that you can do your good work even better. So let's cut the drama. Let's stop the back and forth. Let's meet the director and come up with a solution together. So the meeting was set for the next day. We came together. So we usually joke, but when I greeted him that morning, he was, quiet, not very friendly. So I said, we're in for a fight. We walked up to the director's office, and he was walking to the, no smile. I said, yeah, we're in for a fight. We walked in, we sat down, and I realized if I let the conversation take that tone, we would end nowhere. We would quarrel and argue and end nowhere. So again, I began by saying, I think you do a great job, and we're here to see how we can make it better. So how do we do that? So he was disarmed, and he began by saying, oh, thank you, Carol. This is what I think. So I made sure that as we talked, I kept on just reminding him, this is a good job you do. I just want you to make it better. How do we do it? And so we did it, and at the end of the day, we had a good conversation. He agreed, and he even came up with more ideas on how to make his work better. That's what a peacemaker does. A peacemaker brings peace wherever it is, in the home, at work, and that's my strength. And I use it now every time that I can. So I want to let you know that if you're here and you're a leader of some sort in any section, do not think that you don't have the characteristics to be a good leader. It just depends on what you have. You may think, I am so quiet, I'm not charismatic, so I can't be a leader. But that silence is golden because it makes you reflect on what to do and come back with an idea for people and how to work. You may think, I'm too noisy, I'm too boisterous, we won't get work done. But that boisterousness, it creates a good mood in people and it gives them, the energy to go on. So don't think that the things you have are weaknesses. Use them for good. Michael McKinney, a leadership expert, he said leadership is intentional influence. If you're a leader here, how are you influencing people? How are you influencing them to do what you want them to do? Are you picking on the right things? Are you walking the talk that you must do? Sometimes, I would like to take you back to the first story I told you about, the meeting that we had with the agents. When that meeting was done, we finished, and the secretary, after 2 days, sent minutes and said, these are the minutes of the meeting we had. Please look through them and do your job. So I opened the minutes, and everyone is there, and what they said, except Carol. There was nothing of what Carol had said. So I was mad. I'm like, what is it going to take people to recognize me? So I wanted to fire an email and say, what happened? Where are my notes? I calmed down and I said, hi. Thank you for the notes you share. They're very helpful. They'll make us do what we're supposed to do. However, I didn't see my name there. Did we miss out? Can I send you what I had so it can be kept for the record? He didn't reply me, and I left it. But 3 days later, I came to the canteen and he said, oh, Carol, I am so sorry. I saw your email and I'm sorry I didn't reply. You know, when you were speaking, I had already walked out to do something. So I wasn't there when you were giving all these comments. And I'm so sorry I didn't push your comments in there. Could you please give them to me? And we talked and laughed about it. Imagine if I had shot that email. Imagine if in anger, I had called him all sorts of names. I would have influenced him to despise leadership. I would have influenced him to hate bosses. I would have influenced him to next time, say something not nice about a leader like that. Instead, I hope I influenced him to do a better job because he said, you know what, Carol? The next time I do that, I'm in a meeting and you're not there, I will get someone, and I walk away, I will get someone to write notes so that everything is captured. What do you think of the idea? I said, that's a good idea. And that's what leadership is. You influence people. And I think that's a good mark of leadership. Thank you for listening to me.